Om. We are taking the second part, B part of stanza 10. So we are telling about that the ego never see the goodness of anyone in this world, even the Sadguru. And ego always want to pump and show himself. Ego want advertise and propaganda of himself. My dear friend, as I say, the Krishna see the dead dog and the beautiful teeth of the dog, and he avoid all the badness of the dead body of the dog. So in your life only one thing is beautiful, one thing is precious, one thing is last and ultimate treasure of your nectar, that is your soul. That is your enlightenment. That is your awaken in your consciousness. That is your knowing of your life stream, which is coming direct from your internal existence. Nothing is precious in this world. Only your internal existence is precious. Nothing is alive in this world, only your internal existence is alive, because all consciousness is coming from your internal existence. Remaining all is Maya. So never confuse with anything. Never confuse with the ego and the part of the ego and difference of the ego and difference of your mind and difference all the deformities of this world and the different type of scenario. These are all Maya. Your body is Maya. Your sensory stimulation is Maya. Your sensory organs is the Maya. In the energy which is flowing in your sensory organs, that is Maya. So the physical body, all is the part of Maya. It is only the given human body for you, for the grace of the God. Nothing after the human body, there is no grace. There is only completely Maya's game with you. Because your Jiva can know the Shiva. Your Jiva can aware. Your Jiva can transform it. Your Jiva can enlighten in only the occasion of this physical body. So my dear friend, your mind is Maya, your thoughts is Maya, your intelligence is Maya, your decisions is Maya, your choice is Maya, your non-choice is Maya, your vibrating mood is Maya, and your ego is Maya. So Maya and Brahma both are quite different. So the Krishna is telling in this verse that only one thing is precious inside of you, that is your soul, your existence, your internal stage of jnana and your life. These are the all synonyms. These are the same things. My dear friend, the ego's one character is that he never want to awake you in the enlightenment. The better is that you have awake in the enlightenment by the help of the Sadguru. So the all chantings, all Radhe Radhe, or Jai Shri Krishna, or the Rama, or other things, they are only the instrument that you can love to your Sadguru. So the love to the Sadguru is the love to the Krishna. And love to the Sadguru is the love to the Rama. And love to the Sadguru is the love to yourself. Because Sadguru is not different by your Atma. Your Atma, your existence is the Sadguru, because the Sadguru is like a ocean, Sadguru like a sky, Sadguru like a space. In the ocean, the millions and billions of fishes living in the ocean, as in the Sadguru's one soul, all are living and non-living beings, they are living there. That is a deep teaching if you can understand. And the same thing in the sky. The all things, the trees and the rivers and all, they are in the sky, space. And all planets and all galaxies, they are living in the same sky. So your soul and my soul is not two. But the unconscious egoistic persons, what they do? They admire themselves again and again. I know a person, he is a political renowned person, and I do not give his name. He was a great reformer of the scheduled tribes, but actually he is not great reformer. He was destroyer of the forest. He tell to the scheduled tribe persons that forest is your property, you can cut the forest. So they cut forest and sell the very precious forest in the pennies, in the new pesos. But when I meet that person, he told me the 50-year-old story, how he come in this forest and how he was learn the language of the scheduled tribe persons and how he work and how he serve, and he told me several times he is fighting against the British, and he fighting against the time of government after independence of India, and persons they respect, the ministers they respect, chief ministers respect that person, but I do not respect that person because I know he is the self-admirer person. So this is the ego. A person, you see the old men, they told stories again and again, the listener become very bored. My dear friend, my disciples, I give them Guru Diksha. In the time of the Guru Diksha, they take the oath of Guru Diksha. And after some days of Guru Diksha, they forget that oath and they took away from me their mind, intellect and the ego. Because if they honestly give me their mind, intellect and ego, they can enlighten very soon. But the ego not permit them to do like that. My dear friends, that's why, because the mind never gives importance to others. The mind giving the importance to yourself because of ego. You listen the Sadguru, but you follow your mind. That is the big drawback in between your enlightenment. You listen the Sadguru and you follow your mind. I remember a joke. The Sikh chilli come to house and shout to the wife, "Oh, wife, listen." Wife say, "What are you telling?" "I am telling that, tell me how the great person in this world, how much the great persons in this world. Give me the count." The wife say, "Yes, I know how many great persons in the world, but you minus yourself from that." So everyone think that he is a great person. Everyone think that he is a great person. My dear friend, Satyabodh? Yes. So, I am continuing. My dear friend, Duryodhan never seen the Krishna, and my disciples some disciples, not all, they never seen that I told in my Guru Mantra that Jagadadhar, the only one base of this world, that is the Sachidananda Paramatma Krishna. The name you can put any. Sarvadhishthan, the everything can be possible to know by the knowing of the internal consciousness of Krishna. If a person is standing on the bench and if you pull the bench, he will be fall down. So the Krishna, if somebody pull your consciousness, you will die, your body will die. So my dear friend, the Geeta says, Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavir Brahmagnam Brahmanautam Brahmaivatene Gantavyam Sarva Karma Samadhina. So Brahmaivatene Gantavyam Sarva Karma Samadhina. All the functions, activities and presence, they are only because your existence is living everywhere. My dear friend, the group of the humans in the front of the existence, they are not equal to the insects. When the Krishna shows his expansion Virata Swarupa to the Arjuna, that time Arjuna see the mouth of the Krishna, the Virata Rupa, like the big volcanoes. And you can see in the world also, the Krishna view and the black hole in the sky, in the space. They can eat even many big planets and construct them like a very small ball, glass ball size. They can make the dense of the density miraculously. So my dear friend, even the person is not in any comparison with the God existence, but they are think that they are bigger than God by the illusion and foolishness of the ego, like the Duryodhana is thinking that our army is safe in the hand of the Bhishma and those army is unsafe in the hand of the Bhima. I want to tell one thing, that 1 lakh person or 10 million person is sleeping in a big hall, and only one awakened person can awake all of them, but they cannot awake each other. They cannot awake each other. So the awakened master is very valuable in the comparison of the million persons, because awakened master can awake you and you cannot awake yourself for each other. That's why the Krishna was very valuable in all the time of the Mahabharata, because the Krishna is the most precious, and the same thing is that your soul is most precious, but you are not awakened in the soul, so your master is most precious for you. My dear friend, I want to say, the ego cannot see the Krishna. The ego cannot see your Atma. Ego cannot see your internal existence. So the person who is living in ego, it is the big blind in the comparison of the real blindness. The person who is living in the ego is the big dump in the real dumb person. The person who is living in the ego is the big consciousness in the comparison, even the anesthesia of the chloroform, because the anesthesia of chloroform can be broken, but anesthesia of ego not broken in anyhow. So that's why the jiva is facing many deformities, because the jiva is living in the ego. Then there is no any maid like the person who is living the ego. The maid can be treated in the mental hospitals and the mental asylums, but the madness of ego never treated anyhow. My dear friend, the egoistic person and living in the ego never see the avatar of the God. The Ram came And Krishna came, and Nanak came, and Dadu came, and Paltu came, and Kabir came. The thousand of enlightened person came. But you see all these person like the flesh and bone structure as you think yourself. How foolish the person who is living in the ego. How unfortunate person which is living in the ego. So my dear friend, I say to my disciples, I say to my lovers, I say to my well-wishers, I say to my listeners, please come out from the ego. I will help you. I will help you. Don't be the Duryodhana, be the Arjuna. My dear friend, the God is present inside of you, in the form of your Atma, in the form of your life, in the form of your existence, in the form of your knower. It is very easy to know the God. But you make very hard, very uneasy, because your ego don't want to permit to see the God. As the Duryodhana do not see the Krishna which is sitting in front of the Arjun's cart, Rath. And the egoistic Duryodhana is telling to the Dronacharya about the Bhima. The Bhima was a very small, very negligible power in the comparison of the Krishna. But the ego never see. My dear friend, if a person want to see the internal Krishna, Krishna is a presence in everyone's heart. The Rama is present in everyone's heart. The Shiva is present in everyone's heart, because the name is different, but appearance is one, presence is one. So, the Duryodhan cannot see. The egoistic person cannot see. So, for the seeing, you must be service. You must be give the service to your master Sadguru. Because the egoistic Duryodhan is seeing only the Bhima. Because Bhima is the very strengthful, powerful, and very enthusiastic self-promise that he want to enlightenment, he want to conquer all the darkness of illusion of Maya. The blind Duryodhan is not seeing the Krishna is standing behind the Arjuna, Bhima, and Yudhishthira, and Nakula, and Sahadeva, and both hands was cover the blessing and the safety circle of the Krishna with the Pandavas. So my dear friend, the enlightened master always save yourself if you are loving shelter in the enlightened master. And so the foolish Duryodhana is telling to the Dronacharya, his army is very safe under custody and very safe under custody of the Bhishma. And the Pandavas are very unsafe in the custody of the Bhima. Because he is a very foolish and blind person, he do not to seeing the Krishna as the ego make your ear bad. Your ear is torn by the ego. You cannot see the appropriate vision, and the right vision of the existence is floating everywhere. That is called Samyak Darshan, appropriate seeing. You cannot hear the appropriate, the loving and sweet voice of the God which is coming in the mouth by the mouth of the Sadguru. And the great gurus tell you with the very melodiousness and very sweetness, and by the song, and by the sakhis, and by the loving song, and by the many stanzas, as the Geeta is telling Krishna. But your all attention due to the ego, the very worst, very bad smelling, the leather and the flesh and the bone. So the leather and flesh and the bone always attract you. The Sadguru is not attracting you. as the Duryodhan not seeing the God Krishna, he is only seeing the word-like persons. So the word-like persons, they cannot see the Sadguru. They like the fake gurus, the dhongi gurus, because the dhongi gurus, they have the very good simultaneous coordination with the fake persons, with the blind persons. They supply as the persons want. The demand and supply. And that is the theory in the economics. So, the blind persons and the blind gurus and fake gurus, they push the real guru in a corner of this world. They think that the real guru is like a dust, like a garbage. My dear friend, you see the mad person in the street. What they do? They are putting the plastic bags and the used sweeping instruments and very bad papers and this type things they are putting on the head, and they moving in the street. They think they are very big emperor. The bad things are the thorn, and they have the treasure of this type things. That's why the similar thing, the mad in the ego, they are collecting the worldly things, the dusty things, the best things, and they spoil their human life in the trap of the ego. My dear friend, only the Dhritarashtra was not blind, but the Duryodhana also blind in the blindness of the ego. Because the Duryodhana has not eyes to see the Krishna. As the worldly person, they do not have the eyes to see in their own soul, pure and purest soul, and the presence of the God. They cannot see. At the same time, the fake gurus and the fake disciples and not curious and not seekers, they only see the God in many other things, but they do not see the God in the enlightened master. Because they do not know the real life. They do not know the presence of existence. And they push the master in a last priority. So the ego only see the Bhima. Because the Bhima is the very great concrete faith and desire to enlightenment. So the ego want to crush the Bhima, ego want to destroy the Bhima, because ego knows if the Bhima will destroy, all efforts of the Jiva will destroy. Because the ego knows that if I kill the Bhima, that I can win the Mahabharata, because it is his experience. Because in the life of the Jiva, the Sadguru is not present in every life. But in that time, fortunately, behind the Bhima, behind the Arjuna, the Krishna is standing beside. So my dear friend, don't worry, never worry. I am with you. I am giving you assurance that I will give you the enlightenment Atma Jnana. You do the meditation with the love, with the great confidence and with the great interest. Don't worry, my dear friend. I am giving a very precious meditation to you. This is the most precious meditation of the world. It is the extract of all the holy books and all the holy masters. The Sakshi meditation of awareness, which is I am giving. And I am giving my blessings and love to you also. My dear friend, if you do this meditation only 4 or 5 months, you will become the tension free. If you do this meditation only 4 and 5 months, you will feel the peace inside of you. And all the worried will go out. And that is the miraculous achievement of your life. When the tension will go away, you are become tensionless person, you are become worriedless person, you are become the peaceful person. That what will be happen? You are become the safe from the tension created different type of diseases, as you can ask to the doctor, and you can know that heart attack, blood pressure, angina, diabetes, and brain hemorrhage, and the brain disorder, and the failure of organs, etc. My dear friend, not only you will be saved by the tension created diseases, but you can save your body from infection also, because your observation will be very, very keen, and you can observe the bad food material by its minute smiling and the presentation. So you will not take the wrong butter, you will not take the polluted food, and you will be saved by the infection. My dear friend, the same thing in your mental health. Because your observation is become very keen, you can see everything, every change of your mind. So when the fear will come, you will not caught in the phobia. The fear comes and goes, and fear will not touch you. When the mania is come, you see the mania, and mania comes and goes, and mania will not touch you. When you are living very relaxed and very healthy condition, your brain has no extra burden, that how schizophrenia will become in your life. A person was the name Vasishtha Narayan Singh. He was caught in schizophrenia because he lived in the continuously burden in the mind and the tension. But fortunately, if comes to me, and he was fortunately my disciple, he will never caught in the schizophrenia. So the schizophrenia, the meningitis, the phobia, and the depression and the madness, and they will not come in the life of my meditator. This is the guarantee. I can give you written guarantee. If you do the real meditation with the honesty every day, 70 minutes per day, in my instruction, if you are living in my circle, you cannot caught in any mental and physical diseases. That's why, my dear friend, you can save the lot of money, and you can save yourself by the unavoidable pain. What a miraculous benefit of this meditation. And third thing is that all the emotions and hyper emotions, that like the anger, like the greed, like the lust, they cannot affect on you. And you will never caught in the criminal cases, you will never caught in the crime against women, and you will never involved in the economic crimes. So you will become internally, morally very fine. There is no need of the agitation on Jantar Mantar. There is no need for any regulation and any law, because all laws can come inside from you, and you will not do any negative activity. So my meditation makes a person from internally moral, internally good, internally endure, internally good, internally healthy and wealthy. My dear friend, when the person will do this meditation, and his family members will be very good, because the ladies is safe, the mothers, sisters, our daughters and child, they are very safe, then what will be happen? The family atmosphere become like a flower, and sweet melodious flower. And these flowers, they will blossom in all the society, and all the society become very good, and nations become very good, and nations become brotherhood and mutual understanding. All the disputes between nations, they can be solved on the negotiation table. There is no need of the fighting. There is no need of agitation. There is no need of world war. There is no need of any type of hating activities between two nations. Then the real role will come of in United Nations organization, when the all nations is loving. Our earth is become like a heaven, more than heaven, then the good souls comes on earth, they taking birth, they will contact us, they will interact us, and we will become more and more good and divine and spiritual. My dear friend, but careful. If the war will go, but devils and rascals always present in every time. So you should need a common army, the peacemaking army all over the world. But you should not need the huge army and the warheads, atom bombs and smart bombs and laser guided systems and the fleets and the submarines and costly equipment of the war and very huge budget of the armies. So all the money from the hospitals, mental hospitals, courts, police, judiciary, and the economic crime will not held. So money will save, the white money will save, then the army expenditure will be curtailed. Then you cannot imagine that how can be welfare by this money instrument to the weaker section and poor. We will provide them good shelter, good houses, good drinking water, good food and good education and good love. Thank you very much, my dear. This is my vision and this is my mission, the world peace by meditation. And my meditation is meditation of awareness. And I want to say in the last, this is a non-religious meditation. This is not for particular religion of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Parsi, Yahudi. No, this is the invention of the spiritual science. So everyone can adopt, everyone can accept this meditation like a wristwatch, like a fountain pen or mobile and etc. I want call you, welcome you, come please and learn this meditation without any cost. Organize the seminars, organize the meditation camps all over the world. The 24th July in the Noida, Delhi, there is a meditation camp is going to held and you can participate from all over the world. In 18th November, there is in the Puerto Rico, there is also a meditation camp going to held. My dear friend, please do not oppose this good work. There is some evil person, they want to oppose also, but I beg to pardon, please do not oppose. This is very good work. So, in the 26th, a meditation camp will be held in the New York downtown. And probably a meditation camp between both dates will be held in New Jersey. And many meditation camps, these are in pipelines. I am inviting you in all the camps. I love you very much because you are my soul, you are my love, you are my only one existence. We are one existence, we are one love, we are one light. This physical body may be different, but our internal soul is one. Thank you very much, love you very much. Please subscribe my channel on YouTube. Thank you.